have Operation Varsity Blues.
I don't know what that is.
You do know what it is. You just don't know that's the official name of it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's the official name the FBI gave for this whole college scandal that's going on right now.
I know what that is.
Yes, you know what that is. I think we've all heard about that. This is salacious.
This is crazy. Well,
it is.
I think the funny thing about it is, like, this is not new news necessarily. We all know this kind of stuff happens. Maybe not to the detail. We didn't know all the wins and what, but we know people have been buying their kids into school for generations since there have been universities.
Right. But I also think, at least for me, this instance is worse than what I assumed has been going on forever.
I didn't know it was an industry behind it.
No, me either. And what I assumed was kind of happening was like, okay, we're going to give your school a new gym.
Right.
Wink, wink. And then my kid, you look the other way when his GPA is like a couple of digits short.
Right.
Or you know, we're going to donate, you know, X amount of money to the football booster club or whatever. And then, you know, I figured that kind of thing was going on.
Everybody getting a computer. It's on me.
Right. But what this story is, to me, is way worse than that.
Yeah.
Because it's fraud, it's bribery, it's scandal, it's defrauding spots from, you know, other students okay, let's start from the beginning. Let's tell people what's going on. So there are a couple of high-profile names that are attached to this, but it goes much further than that. But, of course, that's, you know, what you're hearing here in the media. And those couple of names are Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin. Mm-hmm. Felicity Huffman is married to William H. Macy.
And this happened on his birthday, by the way.
Wow, did it?
Yes.
Okay. And Lori Loughlin is best known for being Aunt Becky on Full House.
Right, plus all them Hallmark
Full House
movies.
And Fuller House. And what?
The Hallmark movies she's always on.
She used to do the Hallmark movies a lot. Now Candace Cameron is doing them.
Keep it in the family.
And I even saw Jodie Sweetin starting to do some now too.
Keep it in the family.
Those are her TV nieces from Full and Fuller House. So anyway, they are attached to this scandal. You know, I'm sorry, I don't have the guy's name, but there's one guy that's behind it. He started this company, and his goal, or what his business is, he caters to rich people, and he does whatever it takes to get them into these schools that their kids that they want their kids to go to that don't qualify on their own. Mm-hmm. And he's doing and it's very expensive. We're talking $200,000 was the cheapest I heard, up to like over $1 million for like one or two kids. And the reason why it's so much money is because the guy he's bribing, like it's one of those things where each case is different. So what I'm listing here is all the things he's done, not that he does all these things for each individual kid. It all depends on what this kid needs, right? So he'll bribe proctors. Proctors are the people who administer the test, so that they can have someone else come in who's not the student and take the test for them, or other different ways that they do it. He's bribed college coaches to create fake. Oh, I'm sorry, not college coaches. Well, college coaches too, but as well, high school coaches is the one I'm talking about right now. High school coaches, he's bribed to create fake athletic profiles to say, like, okay, my kid was on the rowing team, but your kid wasn't on the rowing team.
Right. School might not even have
right. So and this would include such elaborate things as having photo shoots, right? Having the kid dress up, get a uniform, having the kid dress up at whatever sport it is, and have them go out on the field somewhere and take pictures, having pictures of students who actually do play the sports and photoshopping the client's face onto these pictures like they are the ones on the team instead of this the real student. Some of that's been done. Bribing the college coaches to accept students and give them athletic scholarships when they don't play when they don't play the sport.
Right.
They've done that. They've bribed people on the SAT board.
Right.
All kinds of administrators at colleges. It's just
plus the people that they pay to take the tests for the students.
Yes, it's just this whole elaborate conspiracy. It's just huge. It's just oh my God. So the FBI somehow, I don't know how they got wind of it. I've read a couple of different stories, and none of the stories that I've read tells how the FBI how this guy first got on their radar.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow he gets on their radar, and they start an operation, Sting, and they start investigating him, and they call it Operation Varsity Blues, like the little college movie. And so they find out about this, and they finally gather up enough evidence, and they literally raid Lori Loughlin's house and Lori Loughlin, and Felicity Huffman's house at the wee morning hours, like they do for drug dealers and murderers and anybody else.
Surprise!
Yep, they with like 8 agents armed with assault weapons and everything else, and wow, it was just it's just amazing.
Right. And Lori Loughlin's husband, the Massimo guy, he's the Massimo. Like, you guys know Massimo clothes. They used to be in Target.
Oh, really?
And now they are not.
Oh,
yes.
Why is that?
Because they were Target stopped.
Oh, just because of this instance, or because of something else?
It's been a while since Target had Massimo as one of their big brands.
Okay.
But they announced this week that any Massimo they had in their stores is out now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never heard of Massimo.
Yeah, you probably seen it. Just probably didn't know. It's one of those brands. It was around, but for a while, for
like
Target,
a department
they were
store brand.
Yeah, for a while, Target, it was one of their brands that they pushed, it was theirs.
Wow. Okay, so that's who she's married to. I didn't even know.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so it's crazy.
Well, this story. I'm glad this happened. And I'm glad that people are able to see the parallels between the rich and the poor in America, because you have these things. We have a story that just this week where that mother that lied about her kid's address, put down the grandfather's address so the girl can go to a better school to get a better education, went to jail over it.
Yes.
And that happens a lot.
That does happen a lot. I've done stories. We've done stories on that here.
Well, most of the time, the parents will pay some sort of fine or do some community service, something like that, and then stop lying, put their kids in the right school. But this particular mother kept doing it, so now they sent her to jail.
Yeah.
Which
is crazy.
Yeah, that's super crazy. It's like, so she gave a address, and these other people are spending these millions of dollars, and again, this elaborate stuff that we're talking about. And again, when you talk about taking somebody off the crew team or the tennis team or whatever, and I know a lot of people think like
scholarships away,
the polo whatever team, whatever, and you think like, oh well, that's something only affects other rich kids. Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily. There's some kid that might be even in the hood that's been playing tennis. That might be this might be their way out and way out. Yeah. And they're just like taking their spots.
Or sometimes 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 rich people have their staff lives on their property, right? They might have a kid or two, and therefore that kid might get to go to a school that has something like polo or something that they normally wouldn't, because they're in this affluent neighborhood. But it's not because they're rich; it's because their parent is the servant of a rich person,
right? Exactly. I didn't think of that.
They can become really good at polo or whatever, lacrosse, and then lose a scholarship out, because these people are doing this scam or whatever, so it's not necessarily just rich people that are affected by it. Not at all. So and they only have so many spots in these universities, so if you give them to people who don't deserve, and not to mention they're just committing fraud, they're faking and cheating on tests. So that is way beyond just an address change.
Right. The cheating. Yeah. And then these indictments go deep.
Real deep. When
I started reading about the coaches and stuff, the high school and the college coaches, it's like wow.
This dude he was doing it. He was doing the most.
Yeah, he had some hustle. I'll give him that.
Yes, he did.
He had some hustle.
Yes, he was like, I would do whatever it takes to get your kid into college.
Well,
it might cost you,
right?
But I'll get it done.
They're going to have a TV series about him soon enough.
They said he's gotten over like 750-some students in that way.
Sure. I'm telling you, they're going to do a TV series about him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they probably
based on his life. He'll be that anti-hero.
They probably do it on, probably Lifetime.
I'm talking about like a series.
Oh, you think they'll do a series?
Absolutely. Because they already have shows like this already. The guy that, morally ambiguous, but he can get anything done. Yeah. And then they end up, his way out of jail is to help the police.
Yeah.
Like the...
Yeah,
that's that. I see this series already. ABC already working on it.
Yep. Okay, well, so stay posted for that. I'm sure there'll be further updates and what's going on with that, and I doubt that. I think the main guy, he'll probably do jail time. I don't think anybody else will.
They'll pay heavy fines.
Yeah, even though they flexed with all the men coming to the houses and all that, and it happened to I think Lori Loughlin was in Canada at the time that her house got raided, and she just was like send a message saying, "Oh, I'm turning myself in. I'll be there." Like that's not necessary.
Right. Well, I feel like that couple really doesn't look good for. I mean, they clearly were also in collusion with this dude. Like they knew 100%. I'll give even Felicity Huffman almost a pass because she did one of those routes of like, I'll pay you. Don't tell me.
Well, they actually said that they can't use that. William H. Macy did not get arrested, but they have them discussing doing the same thing for the younger kid.
Oh.
And they didn't do it for the younger kid, which is the only reason why William H. Macy did not get arrested as well. So they can't plead the like, oh, I didn't know. And even the kids, I think to varying degrees are some of them are innocent, some of them are culpable. Because some of them, I'm sure the parents, didn't tell them and they don't know.
Right.
But then some of them are like, they're posing for pictures for the road team and they're not on the road team. You know what I'm saying? Like, hello? If they can't figure that out, they don't belong in college anyway.
Right. Well, one might argue they never belonged in college from the beginning.
which is why they're going through all this.
Right. Plus, and they also trying to go to prestigious schools too.
Some of them.
USC is hard to get into.
Is it?
It is hard to get into.
I don't know. I know some people. It's a long story. I just told it yesterday at brunch. I don't want to tell it because it's kind of a long story. But I know some people that got in that wasn't that bright.
Well, they are also trying to. I don't know about what they also may offer to the mix because USC. I remember taking my nephew on his tour, and he didn't want to go to USC.
Yeah.
But he was interested in being in school in California, in L.A. And he really wanted to go to UCLA. Yeah. But they didn't have the program for him. That was the only problem.
Most of them, granted, are percent, but some of them own now. Like there was a Texas A&M or something or whatever that was like that's not prestigious anything unless it's prestigious for agriculture or some shit.
Well, but some of them have certain programs with names and with faculty members that are well known and that you want to be associated with.
But you know what the thing is? I don't care if they was doing this to get into junior college. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's cheating.
It is cheating.
It's cheating. So, fuck you. You don't get to cheat. You got to get in like everybody else. You don't have enough of a head start.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You don't have enough privilege. You got to cheat and get more. Come on now.
Yeah. I wonder if some of the kids took the exams, did terrible. The parents like, oh God, let's just pay somebody. We're not even gonna get a tutor.
We're not even gonna get a tutor. It's hopeless. It's hopeless. It'd be easier just to pay for the
it's gonna cost the same either way.
Can we just buy the degree?
Right.
How much for a 4-year? How much for a bachelor? What's a bachelor going for these days?
Right. Let's just skip the middleman.
Yeah. Let's just like $600,000 for a bachelor at Yale or something.
Yeah. Well, all right. We got that. All right. That's about what they paid. To get like the Laughlin and Massimo paid $500,000 to get their daughter into USC or their two daughters into USC.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's crazy. Oh man. So all this college talk, we're gonna jump to retirement. We're gonna jump to the end. Right? Retirement at 55. Okay. Retire at 55 and live to 80. Work till you're 65 and die at 67.
What about me? People who work till they 75.
You know what's funny? You joking, but when I read this article, I thought about you and another friend of mine that are extremely hard worker.
Yeah, ain't no way I'm gonna retire at 55.
And it made me worry. It made me worry about y'all.
Well, even if I had the money, I wouldn't retire at 55.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, this is the study. The study is saying basically the earlier you retire, the longer you live afterwards. Mm-hmm. And the later you retire, the shorter you live afterwards all the way. And I'm not going to sit here and give you they give the retirement age and the death equivalent. I'll just give the earliest and the longest or whatever. Okay, it starts off at 49.9 years of age.
I'm older than that.
And then you would die at 86. Okay,
pretty good.
According to this chart, and then the oldest they have at 62,
65.2,
and then you would die at 66.8.
That is not enough time to go on vacation.
And, and you know what? I just want to say anecdotally, I can kind of vouch for this because I noticed at work, the older people